At some point, I'm even thinking photographers will go out of business, because if you do not evolve to create more niche down images, I think it's going to weed out the basic. It will only keep the excellent ones are the only ones that are going to survive.
If you as a photographer can focus on making the experience of shooting with you, very, there's a reason why people buy Rolex and buy watches from 100 years ago. Mentor Big Age always says, do your personal work so much that people start paying you to do your own personal work, Hello guys, welcome to the first episode of Pixels with Paruto.
Pixels with Paruto. Yo.
Okay, that's a nice name, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so this is our first episode, and what you're going to be expecting from us is a lot of topics centered around photography, videography, the media, and anything that will be beneficial to photographers, videographers, business owners, just how you can use your camera or anything concerning media to create content, to boost your business, and all those things.
See, this guy did Ojoro. See the fine light he put on his face. Look at my one is dry. Because I'm not a photographer or a videographer.
Please. Okay, so my name is Femi, and here with me is...
I'm Jerry Laz.
Okay, so I am the creative lead for Paruto, and he's I should let introduce himself.
He doesn't know my role. I'm the product and operations lead, but I also do with the marketing and all that. So okay, I deal with the face of the business.
Yeah, he's the face guy. Okay, so today we'll be talking about the advent of AI in photography. We'll be talking about how AI has influenced photography so far, the future of AI, the future of photography rather. So just starting with asking you a question, how do you think AI has influenced photography so far?
The truth is, at some point, I'm even thinking photographers will go out of business, because not go out of business, but become really, really niche. Because let's say, right now, I do design on the side. So stuff like stock photography, product photography, you can generate even better looking models. Even if the AI models are still learning, like the DALL-E and the Midjourney, they're still learning how to. But if you look at the pictures they were generating last year and what they're generating currently, it's like 1,000 years different.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you do not evolve to create more niche down images, I think it's going to weed out the basic. It will only keep the excellent ones are the only ones that are going to survive, or those who know how to also use it too and incorporate it with their workflow.
Well, that's true, but the thing with innovation is it always opens up windows for other things. When cars, for example, when cars started, the people with that were driving horses, riding horses and carriages and all that, people thought they lost their jobs. But yes, as you said, those that just stuck to riding horses, they lost their jobs. But then most of them also moved to the locomotive industry, started becoming mechanics and all those things. So with innovation also, in as much as I know, advent of AI in photography, there's a way it's going to make some photographers go out of the field, but then it also opens up a lot of opportunities. For example, now in the creative space, there are people that offer services like AI engineering. I don't know what they call it. That in where you write.
Okay. Prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering. Yeah. So the thing with AI in photography, it didn't just start now. AI has always been in photography. From cameras that use AI to help them focus better. So I think the Canon 5D Mark IV has a mod. I'm not really sure, has a model or something that helps it to focus better. So
and even your Photoshop, there's AI in it.
Even your Photoshop, there is AI in it right now at the moment. So
there's always been AI in Photoshop.
Yeah, there's always been,
because
AI.
All this background removal, all this photo augmentation, all those stuff, they are all artificial. It's just of recent people that is in AI, but there's always been artificial intelligence.
Exactly. So one way I think photographers, I think number one thing is you shouldn't run away from this, because you're going to be left out like those people that were riding horses before, as I said. So the number one way I think photographers can use AI is to help them reduce their workload. Remember when I used to do retouching, and then we'll do retouching, we'll have like a shoot in the studio, and we'll have like maybe 5 clients, and to retouch a single picture takes approximately 30 to 1 hour. That's if you want to do frequency separation, dodge and burn, and all those things.
Yeah, exactly.
But now we use a software called Evoto. Evoto, you need to pay us for this.
Brand ambassadors.
It is, how much is it? It's $5, and you have, I think, 3,000 credits. One picture is a credit. It retouches very, very good. Under, let's say, like 2 minutes, you're already done retouching one picture. And it's not that perfect, but it's good. All you have to do now is to take it back to Photoshop and
fine tune
it.
or whatever.
Yeah. So exactly, photographers can use AI right now to reduce the workload that they have, so that they can start focusing on the more creative stuff. But with AI, do you think AI will take over creativity, like the creative
The
part?
thing is, how far can your mind go, right? Because with all this photo augmentation stuff, like Adobe Firefly and all those stuff, you discover that you can take a picture right now and you want to put a chair where there was no chair, you want to put a certain kind of flower. Yeah. So it's all about your imagination. Before, you really need like very complex set design to achieve some kind of things. But with very little now, if you take your picture, go to Adobe Firefly, you put the right prompt. That's why I say, how far can your mind think? So it has actually reduced the costs, brought down the cost. So even set designers now will be losing clients. Exactly. set designers and all those prompt stuff. So if you know the right prompts, and if you can pay for the Adobe Firefly and all this Mid Journey and all this stuff, you can easily just take a picture and then tell it, okay, I want this picture to be done this way, just with the right prompt. That's why I say it's also about your mind. How far can your mind think? So the creative side now will not just only be with, let's say, creative directing and all that. You still need it, but you can augment it with AI. It will not just die off and all that, but it will just help. So if you're already a very creative person, you will not be able to use AI to like, oh, my imagination, I can create something that I did not have. Right. So I think that's another way it will really, really help the creative side.
That's true. My mentor Big Age always says, do your personal work so much that you become good at it, and then people start paying you to do your own personal work, So I think one way too that let's assume you're a photographer that likes using sets and you don't want to do all those things. One way you can use AI is to use AI to help you visualize what you're imagining in your head.
Visualize your sets.
Yes.
You can visualize it, then you can now create it
in real life. So instead of going back and forth with your set design, trying to tell them what you have in mind, you can just use, for example, DALL-E 2 or Mid Journey. Just go get a very, very good prompt that includes all the sets, for example, flowers behind and all those things, and then it comes out with a good picture. You share it with your
set designer or creative director or whatever it is.
With your set designer, creative director, and then you come up with very, very, very beautiful pictures. So I don't think photographers should be running.
Don't run away from it, actually. Don't run away from it.
You shouldn't run away from it, yeah.
It's here to help you.
Yeah, and then do you realize that Instagram, what year was that when Instagram brought out this update, when they moved away from photos to videos? I think that should be last year, right?
From photos to videos.
Yeah,
no,
more
like promoting more reels. I think it was like 2 years ago, actually. Like because actually they did it because of TikTok. Because TikTok was becoming popular in COVID. Actually, it was COVID. During COVID, TikTok blew up, and then they were like, oh no, let's start promoting videos. So that's when Instagram
so
did that.
I mean, there are softwares that would help you. I think CapCut has a feature, AutoCut or something, that will help you even edit your videos, your behind the scenes and all those.
And sorry to cut you, boy. As you mentioned CapCut, now it makes me realize that CapCut has taken a huge share of the market. Why? Because just like Canva now, they've brought down the bar of video editing to like the normal human being.
Yeah.
You don't need to know Adobe Premiere Pro.
That's why we're having. That's why we're having a lot of content creators.
A lot of content creators. You see like all these guys on TikTok that do amazing transitions that you will spend hours on Premiere Pro if you really want to edit it, just with CapCut and that's why I say another thing that AI in photography and videography helps it. How far can you think? So it helps you expand your imagination. So like CapCut's nice, like almost everything in CapCut is AI. Voice transcription, transitions, even image stabilization, like
almost everything, even caption, writing the caption, like it makes content creation very, very easy.
You might be, let's say, with your iPhone and you take a video that is shaking, you put it on CapCut, you just click on image. Other apps have it, but like CapCut is readily available for everybody. So like that's it.
I was listening to, I'm a Christian, so I was listening to a sermon by my pastor, and he said something. He said, if they ask you what business you do, for example, you will say, I'm a photographer. But at the end of the day, what we do is business of people. We interact with people. And then with photography, is so beautiful because you get to meet new people almost every day, or almost all the time you're having a session. It's someone new, or it's someone that is coming again. So why do people choose us as photographers? A lot of time is because of the experience we give them. So in as much as AI is there, AI is making the job easy and all that thing, but if you as a photographer can focus on making the experience of shooting with you,
very, very good.
Very, like, I mean, there's a reason why people buy Rolex and buy watches from 100 years ago. It's not like we don't have smart watches. If you look at your Apple Watch, your Apple Watches
can do more things
can
than
do
your
much
Rolex.
more than your Rolex and all those things.
But people still go for the Rolex.
Yeah, because of the story, the experience and all those things. So as photographers, I mean, people come into your studio, or people come into or people are working with you. First of all, you talk to them well. You have sessions where you explain to them your idea while they are shooting. Your place is conducive. Your post-production, you communicate so well. I think most times people.
This reminds me of that client that we had last year, that pregnant woman. She was like, she didn't feel as if she would be able to come out and snap because she was really heavy.
Yeah.
But when she came to the studio, the way we spoke to her, the way we made her feel comfortable, she was even feeling more beautiful than, pregnant women usually have these things, like they feel as if their body has been disfigured, or they are ugly, or whatever it is. But like, she really enjoyed the session. So like, AI cannot give you the experience yet, right?
Very true.
So photographers, calm down.
Exactly.
You're not going anywhere yet.
We're not going anywhere. I think in addition to that, we should also increase our personal branding, because in as much as people also want to experience it, there's a way you're going to attract more clients when you're showing that, okay, this is my process. If you watch a video of how they make Rolex, they use stuff like in marketing. It is handmade, it is handwritten, it is hand carved, blah 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 blah. So you can build a story behind your creative process. I edit my picture myself. I make sure I give it time, and all those things.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. That's why one thing that AI will do is that it will remove all this basic stuff, right? It will make it so niche down that, okay, let's say now, before photography, there was painting.
Yes, exactly.
But to paint somebody now is more expensive than to take a picture.
And then to learn painting takes.
Yes.
I'm teaching someone photography now, and it's just 2 weeks. The class is just for 2 weeks, and believe me, after 2 weeks, I'm very sure she won't be expert, but she'll be, let's say, intermediate or past beginner. But then if it were painting, you have to learn
take years.
All those
and then
styles.
When you now look at all these guys on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter that do portraits of people painting, you will see one portrait 70,000 naira. Some people is even from dollars, $100, $200 before they do an artwork of you. So that's how photography will soon become, because anybody can do it. So those who are really, really good, it now be like an art form, right? It's already an art form, but like, it will actually elevate it to like a more valued craft, that, I took a picture with a camera. It's just like now, mirrorless now and film. Film costs more, like DSLR and all those stuff. Film photography now is like, if you are using all these Fujifilm cameras,
because there are not a lot of I call them printing houses that do all those
Yes, that
things.
do
Yeah,
all this film photography,
yeah.
because it's like it takes process.
It's
So
more, so it's
that's
more premium.
it's more premium. So if
Yeah,
you want somebody
exactly.
to snap you with film now, or more, you go pay. Oh.
Yeah, exactly, exactly,
So
exactly.
I think that's where
Yeah,
photography is going
exactly.
to also.
But I would say in conclusion, what I'm looking forward to in photography is where AI now gets embedded into our camera. I think that will make our work much more easier. Let's say you have an AI where let's say if Canon or Nikon or Sony or whosoever puts an AI into their camera, maybe even, for example, for the lamest of all example, let's say ChatGPT gets embedded into your camera, right? And then
Yes.
your ChatGPT can see through your lens, and then you ask ChatGPT, okay, I'm taking a picture of this woman that is pregnant, blah blah blah. How can you suggest from the list of props that I have what I can do, or can you suggest the composition? Or let's say you're doing wedding photography, right? And then your focusing is not wasn't so great on a particular subject. You can use, for example, ChatGPT or something else to say, okay, can you help me, do this? Or even when augmented reality gets embedded into your camera, it's going to get beautiful, because now to get all those things from Firefly and all those things,
Yes,
you
you
have
have
to
to
put
take it to
to the software.
Photoshop.
Yeah,
But if it's in the
imagine it's
camera,
not in the camera.
imagine that it's in the camera. Like once the AI is in the camera, as you're taking the picture, you said, "I want this background to be heavenly or
Heavenly,
something." So once
straight
you
away.
snap it, the heavenly background just comes up with the
Yeah.
picture or with the video.
Yes.
Because there's video augmentation too
Yes,
right now,
exactly,
because they
yeah.
they especially Premiere Pro, they embedded it last year and all that. So like that, the future of this stuff is really crazy. You'll be able to do amazing stuff with it. So yeah,
Yeah,
don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid. And also, in addition, you should also try to niche down. If you're
Niche down, skill up.
skill up, niche down. And I think one part of photography that will not go is documentary
Yes.
photographers, because you always need somebody to
Document stuff.
to be running around
All these
NGOs,
UNICEF, NGOs,
weddings,
and all
even real estate photography, and all those things that involve subjects that need to be sold. Even product photography too. There are some products that they won't for example, like a Rolex now. A Rolex is so expensive. I don't think they will trust yet, though. They don't trust AI photography yet to use for their major campaigns.
Yes.
They can trust that for maybe their socials, like just
Yes.
easy socials. But when it comes to like
their
things,
major campaigns, they will need a human
because,
being to like.
yes,
take
because at the end of the day, their branding is more
it's
of
more of human touch.
interaction,
Yeah.
human
It's not
touch.
even all these Rolex, all these Rolls Royce. That's why they're expensive, because they say the seat is sewn by hand.
And yes.
This thing is sewn by hand. So all those sewn by hand, people feel like somebody, because to sew a seat of a car by hand, hours. So it takes hours. So I think that's really amazing. Yeah.
Yes. So the future of photography with AI, we have a bright future ahead
Photography,
of us.
creativity, all these things we're
literally
talking, it's
everything.
not only photography and all these ChatGPT and all these AI tools. You don't only use them for, I was watching a video today of a lady that has coded a video assistant that helps translate hand movement for all these deaf and dumb. So if you do like this, the camera will just write hi, the video will read it. So if she is deaf and dumb now, she's doing sign language and watching her, it will transcribe what she's saying in letters. So it can be reading. So it's amazing. And imagine that's a camera. It's not like it's a camera and that's also photography and video. So it's amazing.
Yes,
so
yes.
it's embedded. So it's like I said, it's the imagination. How far
can you think? To business owners, you can use this to streamline your workflow. You can use this, let's say if you're still a small business owner who can't employ maybe a video editor or somebody to do product photography for you or something. So the future of photography is quite bright, and I mean, we'll be here to exploit.
And by the way, everybody's not a content creator, so you have to learn all those things.
Exactly.
Even for yourself, for your family, for your business, you have to learn all these kind of things. So yeah.
Exactly. So I hope this has been quite informative for you, and catch us in the next episode.
In the next episode,
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.